The drama begins in a classroom where everyone is wrapped up in their own drama. Some studying with a "I haven't slept in 3 days" face, others copying notes at lightning speed. At one of those desks is Jungkook, a guy who at school is famous for being way too good at almost everything. Sports, grades, presents, and on top of that he has that "I'm popular but I don't even try" vibe. While everyone else gets ready to switch classrooms, he stays a moment longer and silently writes a note. It's not just any little paper. He hides it under the desk and writes that it's for the person who sits here after this class. You can tell he'd planned it, like it was some secret plan. Class ends and the room empties out. Another group comes in for the next subject, and among the new students arrives Gina, a calm girl, the kind who usually just minds her own business. She sits right at that desk without knowing it was already marked. When she reaches in to arrange her things, she finds the note. She freezes, because it's not normal to find mysterious letters in a desk, much less one that looks like a confession. In that moment she decides not to open it right there. She carefully puts it away, like it's an emotional grenade, and goes on with her day trying to act normal, even though inside she's already thinking 1,000 things. Later, lunchtime break arrives and the school transforms. The ones studying become the minority, and everyone else splits off into gossip, games, and food. Gina goes straight to the broadcasting room because she's part of the school radio club. That's her space, her refuge. Music, microphones, controls, and the power to play a song that can change everyone's mood. While the hallways are loud and chaotic, she plays an upbeat song for recess. But when it ends, she goes back to her backpack and the note is burning a hole in her head. That's when she decides. She opens it. In the note, Jungkook wrote something direct and intense. That he really likes the girl who sits at that desk. Heat rushes to Gina's face like someone turned on a lamp on her forehead. The first thing she thinks is, this has to be a prank. The second, why me? Because in her mind, she's just a regular girl, not someone the most popular guy in school would write a confession to. And to make it worse, she doesn't even have a close relationship with Jungkook. Or at least that's what she thinks. When the dismissal bell rings and everyone leaves, Jungkook appears walking down the hallway and the usual chaos breaks out. Girls whisper, some squeal quietly, others fix their hair like they're in a commercial. Jungkook walks past like it's nothing, but as soon as he sees Gina nearby, he approaches with the clear intention of talking to her. Gina gets so nervous she doesn't know whether to breathe or run. Right then her lifelong friend, Aaron, shows up. She's known her since kindergarten and instantly notices Gina is acting weird. Aaron calls her, and Gina takes the chance to escape with her without saying a word. Jungkook watches them leave, surprised. Like he can't understand why the chosen girl is running away. Far away, Aaron asks what happened and why Jungkook came up to her. Gina plays dumb and says it was nothing, but her panic is obvious. Aaron also shares her opinion. Jungkook is handsome, yes, but he's way too popular, with way too much noise around him. Aaron prefers a normal guy, someone she can have a calm life with, without the drama of the whole school paying attention. Gina listens and stays quiet. She doesn't mention the letter, but inside she's a mess, because the note exists and it's in her backpack as proof that something weird is going on. That night, Gina gets home and can't stop staring at the note. She reads it over and over, looking for signs of sarcasm, a trap, I got you. But no, the handwriting feels genuine. So she decides to do the right thing and not play with anyone's feelings. The next day she wakes up early, gets to school before everyone, and goes to the shoe lockers. She hides a little so no one sees her and leaves a reply letter where, very politely, she says she can't accept because she doesn't know Jungkook well. For her, that closes the topic. Or so she thinks. Meanwhile, on another side of the school, something happens that Gina doesn't see. A girl confesses to Jungkook with all the courage in the world, and he rejects her without hesitation, saying he likes someone else. That doesn't surprise anyone, because Jungkook has a reputation for rejecting half the planet. What does fuel the gossip is that people start asking who this someone else is. And since the school lives off rumors, everyone immediately starts imagining it could be anyone. In Gina's classroom, something key happens. Aaron, who, besides being a good student, is the student council president, climbs onto the desk to organize books and papers. Right at that moment, Jungkook walks into the room looking for something, and when he sees Aaron up there, his expression changes. You can see his interest. Gina watches from the corner of her eye and gets even more confused, because in her head, Jungkook wrote to her. But now it looks like Jungkook is looking at Aaron with that smile he doesn't give to just anyone. Gina is left with a strange mix of doubt and disappointment. Reality starts to show itself when Gina realizes the note might not have been for her, but for the person who normally sat at that desk, meaning Aaron. That's when it hits her. Aaron was at that desk in the previous class, and Gina only sat there afterward. So, Gina ended up with a letter that wasn't meant for her. And that hits hard. However, instead of simply returning the note and moving on, Gina feels like she's now trapped in a problem that could break someone's heart. She doesn't want to be the girl who ruins a confession, so without thinking too much, she makes a strange decision. Help Jungkook and Aaron get closer. To keep anyone else from reading letters in the desk or causing a scandal, Gina changes the strategy. Instead of leaving responses under the desk, she uses the request mailbox in the broadcasting room, because she has access as part of the club. There she leaves a message as if it were from Aaron, suggesting they get to know each other first as friends. In her mind, it's a temporary solution, a bridge so Jungkook doesn't feel rejected while she looks for the right moment to fix everything. That same day, when classes change and Gina returns to the desk, another hidden note appears. Jungkook insists it doesn't matter that they don't know each other, because they can get to know each other now. Gina jumps, stands up without meaning to, and the teacher thinks she's about to answer a question. Since she doesn't even know where she is, she blanks out and the whole class laughs. Aaron worries about her, but Gina just wants to disappear. From there, a daily exchange of letters begins. Jungkook leaves messages in the mailbox and Aaron replies. Gina, pretending to be her friend, keeps the conversation going. Jungkook gets excited and proposes something bigger. Using a notebook as a secret diary to write more comfortably, page by page, and when it's full, confess for real again. When Gina opens that notebook and sees Jungkook write, "I hope you don't reject me, Aaron," her soul drops to the floor. Because it confirms the crush is Aaron and not her. And that's where the big problem is born. Gina, without meaning to, started falling for Jungkook's attention and tenderness, but he thinks he's talking to her best friend. At a school ceremony, Aaron gives a speech like the model student she is, and Jungkook watches her with pride. Gina sees that and finally convinces herself that the right thing is to cut it off and return the notebook. She writes one final reply explaining there was a misunderstanding, that she isn't the person he thinks she is. But when she tries to leave the notebook in the locker, she runs into Jungkook in person. He greets her, recognizes she's Aaron's friend, and starts asking if Aaron talks about him, if she tells her things, if she knows about the notebook. Gina gets even more nervous and acts like she doesn't understand. Jungkook, instead of suspecting anything, stays calm and even smiles when Gina tells him Aaron will probably end up liking him. After that conversation, Gina goes home with her head on fire. She repeats to herself that she's doing it for Aaron, that she doesn't want to hurt Jungkook, that it's just a favor. But every time Jungkook writes something sweet, her heart beats like it's meant for her. Meanwhile, the secret diary becomes part of the routine. He shares simple things like his blood type, his birthday, his likes, his favorite food, and even the restaurant he wants to take Aaron to someday. Gina replies by making up details about Aaron or speaking in general so she won't mess up. There's a detail that makes everything worse. Jungkook and Gina unknowingly share tastes. One day Jungkook mentions his favorite band, Hormone, and Gina almost gives herself away because she loves that band too. Instead of saying, "Me too," she answers like it's a common taste. But she decides to do something sweet. She promises that her friend Gina, herself, can play a song from that band on the school radio during lunch. And she does. When that loud rock song blasts through the speakers, the whole school is in shock, but Jungkook genuinely lights up. To him, it's a sign. He feels like Aaron is listening to him and paying attention to those details. As the days pass, face-to-face encounters start happening too. Leaving the broadcasting room one day, Gina bumps into Jungkook in the hallway. He apologizes, asks if she got hurt, and Gina goes silent, staring at him like he's a living poster. Jungkook doesn't understand the silence, but he doesn't pressure her. He goes to the mailbox, leaves his message, and leaves, unaware of the earthquake he causes inside her every time he shows up. Later on, Gina runs into her ex-boyfriend, Yano, an older guy who's about to graduate. Yano insists on talking about the past, like he wants to come back, but Gina isn't in that place. She cuts him off politely, makes it clear she doesn't want to relive the same thing, and leaves. Still, that moment plants a seed. At some point Jungkook ends up seeing Yano near Gina and, even though he says nothing, his mood changes. You can tell it bothers him to see someone from her past hovering around her, even when he's supposed to be interested in Aaron. That contradiction becomes a clue, even though Gina still doesn't understand it. Trying to bring Aaron and Jungkook closer, Gina tells Aaron about the favorite restaurant Jungkook mentioned, hoping to create a coincidence. She even pushes her to go out more, to be in places where Jungkook might see her. But Aaron stays in her own world, studies, responsibilities, activities, and her idea of dating normal guys. Gina gets desperate because she feels time passing and the lie growing. Then comes a get-together with students from another class. The plan was set up by Gogo, Jungkook's best friend. They wanted to create a casual meeting so Jungkook could see Aaron. Gina goes with her friends, but Aaron doesn't show up, and the plan falls apart. Even so, Jungkook sits next to Gina on purpose. The conversation flows, they laugh, and for a moment Gina feels like he's seeing her, not the imaginary Aaron. At that gathering, some girls criticize the rock song that played at school and mock that music style. Gina, to fit in, laughs with them even though it bothers her inside. Jungkook notices and his face tightens. When Gina goes out to get drinks, Jungkook follows her and that's when it blows up. He calls her out, saying that if she's Aaron's friend, she should have defended her friend's tastes, not laughed. He calls her a fake friend, and finishes by saying he doesn't like girls who always try to look good with everyone. For Gina, it feels like an emotional slap. Not only because it hurts to be judged, but because deep down he's right. Gina is hiding, staying quiet, playing a role. She holds it in, goes to the bathroom, and cries silently, furious at feeling small. Jungkook is affected too. He's not the kind of guy who apologizes for everything, but when he sees Gina leave feeling bad, it weighs on him. Later, as they walk back, he apologizes. And in that moment, without meaning to, he becomes the person who understands her most. He tells her she doesn't have to swallow what she feels just to keep others happy. That if she wants to scream, she should scream. If she's upset, she should say it. If she believes something, she should defend it. He gives her that kind of life advice that sounds simple, but hits Gina like cold water, because she spent years running on silent mode so she won't bother anyone. On that walk, Jungkook opens up a little. He says he used to be really good at soccer and his dream was to dedicate himself to it. But life flipped on him. His mother died when he was little and he had to grow up fast. He has a younger sister, Minnie, and a sick grandmother the doctor ordered to rest. He carries the household, the responsibilities, the pressure not to fail. That's why he had to give up his dreams, even though he didn't want to. Gina listens and her chest tightens. She tries to encourage him, telling him not to give up and that someday he'll be able to think about his goals again. Jungkook looks at her like those words sound familiar, like he's remembering something important. With that new energy, Jungkook decides to enter a school sports competition. He trains hard, pushes himself, and it's clear he wants to prove something especially to himself. Gina, from the broadcasting room, plays motivational songs for him, including another hormone track, like she's pushing him without saying it. Her friends start noticing Gina is way too focused on Jungkook, but she denies it with a serious face, even though inside she's melting. At the same time, another drama appears among friends. Yuko, one of Gina's close friends, has a crush on Gogo. But Gogo keeps asking about Aaron because he's helping Jungkook get closer to her, and Yuko takes it as Gogo is in love with Aaron. Yuko asks Gina to back her up and not tell Aaron anything, because she doesn't want to lose her chance with Gogo. Gina, already tangled in lies, agrees, not realizing that favor will also blow up later. One day, Jungkook finds out Gina got the top grade in English, and he panics because he's doing badly and fears failing the final exam. So he asks her for help. Gina agrees and they end up studying together. Jungkook suggests doing it at his house because he doesn't want to leave his grandmother and Minnie alone. Gina gets nervous at the idea of stepping into his personal world, but she accepts. On the way, they run into Yano, who tries to talk to Gina and gives her some voice and diction materials, like reminding her she has talent for radio. Jungkook sees that and gets uncomfortable, even though he tries to hide it. At Jungkook's house, Minnie shows up with the energy of a kid with zero filter and blurts out that her brother brought his girlfriend. Gina practically dies of embarrassment. Jungkook laughs and calms her down, but that comment leaves the air weird. The grandmother, on the other hand, welcomes her warmly, and Gina realizes Jungkook carries much more than he lets on at school. In his room, she notices posters and things she also likes, and that pulls her even closer. They sit down to study, but every now and then Gina gets distracted watching him, because teaching someone you like is basically torture. After studying, Jungkook walks her home and takes her to a basketball court. He notices Gina isn't good, that she gets frustrated, and offers to teach her as payment for the English tutoring. Jungkook steps in close to correct her posture and Gina goes stiff like a statue. He doesn't understand why, but changes tactics and teaches from farther away, using weird examples so she can get it without getting nervous. Little by little, Gina improves and laughs, and Jungkook feels proud. During that time, he also mentions his dad was tough on him when they argued about sports, and that once someone told him words that gave him his strength back. Gina hears that and again feels like everything connects to her own phrases. Days keep going, and so does the secret diary. Gina is more and more trapped. She tries to tell the truth several times, but always stops herself. Her fear isn't just losing Jungkook, she's also scared of breaking her friendship with Aaron, and of being seen as the traitor who pretended to be someone else. And just when she decides it's time to talk to Aaron, another disaster hits. Aaron comments to some girls that a normal guy asked her out and she said yes. Gina panics, because in her mind that means Jungkook could lose his chance with Aaron. In that same moment, Gina blurts out without thinking that someone has been interested in Aaron for a long time. Yuko, who's there, thinks Gina is talking about Gogo and gets furious because Gina promised to keep that secret. Aaron doesn't understand anything. Yuko explodes, Aaron fires back, and within seconds the three of them end up arguing hard. Gina tries to explain, but they don't let her. In the end, they're tense and hurt, and the atmosphere turns heavy. Gina feels destroyed inside. She feels like by trying to protect everyone, she ended up hurting both of her friends. Jungkook finds her like that, silent, with a lost look, and without asking, he takes her hand and leads her to the rooftop. There he tells her to breathe, to let out what she's carrying. He starts yelling at the sky like a maniac, and dares her to do it too. Gina resists, but in the end she screams. She screams with anger, fear, everything. And when she finishes, she starts laughing, because yes, sometimes you scream and feel a little more alive. Jungkook laughs too, and for a moment they feel like two real friends, not two people trapped inside a misunderstanding. Then comes the most confusing moment. While they're studying again, Gina dares to ask Jungkook how much he likes Aaron. She says it like curiosity, but inside it's pure jealousy. Jungkook looks at her strangely, like that question opens a door in his head. And without warning, he leans in and kisses her. It's not long or dramatic, but it's enough to leave Gina in shock. She pulls away, scared, and Jungkook tries to explain he didn't mean to scare her. Gina promises she won't tell Aaron, but she pulls away emotionally. Jungkook, confused, leaves without insisting, and both of them spend the night sleepless, each turning over what happened. The next day, Yuko uses the broadcasting room to request an apology song. She wants to fix the fight and does it in the simplest way. She admits she went too far, asks for forgiveness, and Aaron joins in too. Between tears and embarrassment, the three friends make up again. Gina feels relieved, but her secret is still there, breathing down her neck. And then the bomb drops. Aaron finds the secret diary in the request mailbox. She picks it up without knowing what it is, opens it out of curiosity, and reads. She discovers Jungkook thinks he's writing with Aaron, but the handwriting, the phrases, and certain details make it clear that the one replying was Gina. Aaron goes pale, but she doesn't make a scene. Gina, realizing what happened, runs out crying, thinking she finally ruined everything. She feels guilty, cowardly, and on top of that she thinks she just betrayed her friend. While the school goes into tournament and games mode, life keeps moving. Gina plays basketball with her team, still nervous, but in the key moment she remembers how Jungkook taught her to shoot. She breathes, aims, and makes the basket that wins them the game. Her friends jump with happiness, and Jungkook, who was watching, genuinely gets excited. Then comes the soccer match. Jungkook plays well, but in the end he passes the ball to Gogo so he can score, and Gogo misses. They lose. Yuko, who was waiting for a sign, ends up confessing her feelings awkwardly, and Gogo, in the middle of his sadness, blurts out that he liked her too. The day feels strange, but in the end it becomes a finally for them. That same day, Yano, Gina's ex, says goodbye to the school. He tells her she seems different, more confident, and that he's glad to see her like that. Gina feels like she really did change, even though she doesn't know if it was because of the diary, because of Jungkook, or because of the complete chaos of that week. At the end of the day, Gina decides to face what's coming. She goes to Aaron, apologizes with no excuses, and tells her she felt trapped, that she wanted to fix it and sank deeper. Aaron surprises her. She doesn't get angry the way Gina imagined. She reminds her they've been friends since they were little, that Gina has always been good, and that one mistake doesn't erase their friendship. She gives her the notebook back and tells her what matters is that now she tells the truth and faces it with courage. Gina cries, but this time from relief. That night, Gina sits down and writes the final letter to Jungkook. She doesn't hide anymore. She confesses she isn't Aaron, that she was the one replying, that she got involved out of fear and by trying to protect feelings, and that in the process she ended up feeling real things. She tells the whole truth, without decorations. The next day, in the broadcasting room, instead of playing just any song, Gina decides to play her favorite, the loudest, most rock one, the one she always liked but was embarrassed to admit. She plays it like it's her way of saying, "I'm not hiding anymore." While the song shakes the whole school and people wonder what happened, Jungkook finds the letter. He reads it, and when he understands everything, he runs like his life depends on it. His legs move faster than his pride. He reaches the broadcasting room and confronts Gina. At first he sounds upset, but more than anger, you can hear the frustration of someone who's been waiting for that truth. In the heat of the moment, the microphone turns on and without them noticing, the conversation goes out through the speakers. The whole school falls silent, listening to the biggest gossip of the year in real time. With no way out, Jungkook says what really happened. He wasn't in love with Aaron exactly. He was looking for the person who wrote motivational phrases on that desk some time ago, phrases that helped him when he felt crushed, when he gave up his dream and thought he couldn't go on. Those words lifted him. When he saw Aaron at the desk, he assumed it was her. But later, with every conversation, every attitude, the same phrases, and details like a handmade little teddy bear Gina left somewhere, he realized the real person was Gina. And instead of confronting her right away, he decided to wait. Because he liked talking to her, he liked seeing her, he liked the way she was, and he wanted her to have the courage to tell the truth on her own. Gina stands there stunned hearing that. The whole time she believed Jungkook was obsessed with Aaron, and it turns out he was watching her. He admits he knew since the amusement park, that's why he went to her class, that's why he got upset when she stayed quiet to fit in, and that even the kiss happened because his feelings got mixed up and he couldn't control it. He also admits he regretted it because he didn't want to pressure her. But now he's tired of circles. He asks Gina what she really feels. Gina, with the microphone still on and the entire school listening, gets nervous like always. But she remembers her own words. Don't give up, don't stay quiet, don't hide. She breathes, and for the first time she doesn't go mute. She speaks up and confesses that she likes him too, that she likes him a lot, that everything she lived with him through the diary changed her, and that even though it started as a lie, it ended up being something real. Jungkook laughs, relieved, and hugs her. The school explodes with screams and applause like it's a tournament finale. And even though it's embarrassing, it's also freeing. The secret finally became the truth. Over time, the story closes by showing that Gina kept her love for radio and ended up working as a host, using her voice to cheer others up, just like she did at school. Jungkook also stays by her side, more mature, calmer, without so much weight on his shoulders. Yuko and Gogo, after many twists, end up together too. In the end, what was born as a misunderstanding at a desk becomes a story where someone learned to speak, to be brave, and to choose the truth, even with a trembling voice. And even though it started with confusion, in the end everyone understands that real affection isn't manufactured. It's cared for, it's shown, and it's chosen. End of the drama.